other than sunlight, which can be fatal to them. There are very few ways in which to conquer a vampire. However, various legends and reference books about these creatures of the night, as well as my own experiments, have affirmed the following. Firstly, vampires detest the smell of garlic. This preventative measure, used in a good number of regions subject to the depredation of these creatures, is omnipresent in the folklore of these aforementioned regions. Secondly, vampires cannot endure the fact that they cannot see their reflection in a mirror. This optical effect, which I feel confident I can witness, strikes them like a club with the vacuity and aberrance of their existence. Thirdly, some storytellers mention an irrational fear of running water, as well as a specific vulnerability to silver bullets. I have not been able to test and validate these theses. In fact, during the half a lifetime that I have dedicated to the research and annihilation of these creatures, I have only had as true recourse 3 weapons which have proven decisive. The crucifix foremost. Brandished with conviction, it fights off these creatures and prevents for a moment all attacks from them. Next, holy water. It serves to inflict wounds on the creature because it burns its flesh like acid. Lastly, a wooden stake is the final instrument of destruction. After having discovered the sanctuary of the enemy, one must profit from its damned slumber in order to strike with the greatest force into the beating heart of...
Professor, it's me. It's Maria, your lodger. Professor, there's a letter here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Slide it under the door.
Can I get you anything, Professor? Something to eat, perhaps?
What? No, thank you, Maria.
But, Professor, it's been 4 days now that you haven't been outside, is it?
Maria, I am trying to work. Leave me in peace. My friend, how can I allow you to leave? And what will become of you? I should have been in your place in this cursed castle and been destroyed by the one whom I have chased for years. You've had Mina. Poor thing. What grief I will cause when I shall tell her the news. There isn't a moment to lose. We must inform Mina. She is in grave danger.
Come in, Professor. I am pleased to see you. Please excuse the disorder in my attire, but I haven't had the strength to attend to the housekeeping this morning.
But what is going on, Mina? And where is your servant?
Jenny is absent. She is with her sister. My God, I am at a loss for words. We found her poor sister yesterday, dead. An atrocious crime. Today's newspapers gives the heinous details. The police came here to break the news to Jenny. She was shocked and had to go to the police station to identify her sister. What a tragedy! She was my junior by 3 years and now she's dead. But what a paltry hostess I am. To what pleasure do I owe your visit? Have you received news of Jonathan?
Not at the moment. I came to see if all was well. Jonathan repeatedly insisted I take care of you. I reckoned. Could I take you for a stroll in the park, perhaps?
Nothing would give me greater pleasure. I must alter my thoughts. Give me a few moments in order to ready myself.
I did not have the courage to break the sad news to her, but it must be done sooner or later. What could have happened to this poor young girl? Mina told me that it was mentioned in the papers. Vampires possess numerous powers, such as uncommon physical capabilities and the ability to transform into bats. Beautiful roses. Damnation! This cannot be a coincidence. Harker's letter spoke of his host's interest in London. I must get to the bottom of this. It is a photograph of Harker. Mina is very much in love with him. This pile of newspapers must have belonged to Harker. He kept them to help him in his hunt. Perhaps I will find the article to which the News Times made reference today. No, it is not that. Useless. These articles surely contain some clues which will permit me to discover where the perpetrator of these wrongdoings has taken refuge. Beautiful roses. Harker's map of London, quite detailed. These articles surely contain some clues which... It seems that I have not inspected everything. I have no interest in going that way. Here is the Melfords building. And that's the direction which the aggressor took to escape. That's where the corpse of Jenny's young sister was discovered. And here is the spot where McAllister was found lying under a porte cochere. And here is the spot where McAllister was found lying. Here is the place where this young religious woman was attacked by this demon, and that's the direction which the aggressor took to escape. All of these paths cross at a point, Godalming Manor, next to Bloomsbury Cemetery. I must get there as soon as possible while it is still day. The park and Mina will wait. My dear child, I had forgotten some urgent business that calls me elsewhere in London.
We aren't going to the park.
It is only postponed for the time being, but I would like you to do something for me. Could you please find me a dozen bulbs of garlic from one of the markets? Bring them here and hang them near the windows.
Near the windows?
Ah, yes. I do not have the time to explain it to you, but you must do this for me. And if a stranger comes to see you and claims to be here on my behalf, or that of Jonathan, do not, under any circumstance, let them in.
You are alarming me, Professor. Should I be worried?
No, it is nothing. At least, I think not. All will be well. I shall return this evening, and we shall dine together. If I am still alive. Godalming Manor.
How can I be of service?
Hello, I am Professor Ernesto Slavakopit from the Agricultural University of New Hampstead, connected to the Center for Cheese Proficiency. I have just retired and have been looking in London for a quiet new residence that is large enough to shelter my expansive research materials. Now your dwelling, or rather that of your employer, corresponds exactly with what I am looking for. Will you announce me so that he and I can discuss a potential offer?
The master ID and he told me.
He told you what?
What?
Your master. What did he tell you? Certainly to welcome visitors with politeness during his absence and allow them to wait in the lounge. Isn't that correct?
The master told me to crush the big flies that buzz about here and bother his sleep. He even told me I could eat him if I wanted to.
Bother his sleep. Interesting. I must find a way to enter this location.
The master ID and he told me.
Godalming Manor. Bloomsbury Cemetery. Rather unappealing. closed. Hello, my good man. I would appreciate some information on the house next to your beautiful...
Oh, got me no time to natter like an old lady, mister. Got me a tomb to dig, and take my word for it, tain't no piece of cake.
You are digging a tomb. Wouldn't one use an ordinary shovel for this kind of labor?
Oh, right you are, mister. But mine is in the tool shed, and the combination lock is busted. Impossible to open the confounded door. I'm almost done anyhow.
And you do not know the combination of this lock?
Well, you know, as it happens, it'd be the boss who put it on, see? It's stronger than the old one, on accounts of the blighters who lurk around the cemetery at night this past while. He told me the combo, but,
Let me guess. You forgot it.
Mister now, I be a grave digger, me, not a pen pusher. Have to wait till the boss gets back to open it. I'll use my mitts while I wait.
If you would happen to remember some of the numbers, I could perhaps try to open it. All combinations have their logic, generally.
Oh, ain't likely, mister. I can't remember a thing. Oh, wait. He said that if I drew a blank, it would help to think of the ages of J.B. Lemon and his wife, marked on their mausoleum now. A real joker, the boss.
And where is this mausoleum located?
Near the north stairs. Cross from the entrance, yeah. I ain't been to see, 'cause, well, I got me better things to do, I do. It don't matter, 'cause, well, I figure, if you think, yeah. Hey, now, he also said to flip the numbers I'd find. So, like, a 6 makes 9, upside down. Whatever.
I shall leave you to your work then.
Right then, Gov.
This might be useful. I am taking it. Two bottles of wine. Empty. I doubt if the Undertaker can offer me much help. This must have been a military or a sword collector. It is a martyred angel. There is a martyred angel. That one there seems to have suffered particularly. Lovely flowers. They seem to resemble those that I saw at Mina's, but these seem to come from wild rose bushes. This grate seems quite solid. It is a martyred angel. The same roses as a moment ago. The mausoleum of J.B. Lemon. Perfect. I can read the inscription like that. Let's see. Open. A shovel. That could help the Undertaker. A lantern. I'll take it. Night will soon fall. The Undertaker's cloakroom, most likely. The Undertaker's storeroom, undoubtedly. This statue was carved recently. This might be useful. I am taking it. No, I cannot do that.
I gots to get digging, otherwise I'd be forced to bury elsewhere.
There it is, my man. The door is open. You should be able to finish your work in time. Now, I wish you to tell me about Godalming Manor, next to the cemetery. It's inhabited. Is that not correct?
Rightio, mister. But hasn't been that way long, no. Nothing moves during the day. Ain't been a single soul. But at night, there's something else, eh? I is certain that it's one of them blokes over there who've been rummaging around in me cemetery at night. That's why the boss put the blasted lock on the shed. Hasn't seemed to stop him, though. The only one bothered is me. Don't need the shovel now. Almost done.
Have you perhaps heard of another entrance to the manor?
As for another entrance, I couldn't say, mister. The old watchman, the bloke who made the statues, he knew a bit about around here, so yes. Said something about a tunnel between the cemetery and the manor. He did, yes.
Tell me, can I speak with him?
Not likely, as the old man's dead. He's in the mausoleum down low. It's got 2 monks at the entrance and a big rusted grill. He's resting there with his sweet book, and it'll say something about the passage, but I ain't got a clue how to get in. No visitors and all.
I shall leave you to your work then.
Right then, Gov.
Ah, this must be the mausoleum of the former watchman. There is an inscription on the ground, but I cannot read it because of the darkness. My lantern, I am in need of something. There, the grate is slightly ajar. I must now get the lantern through. Perfect. I can read the inscription like that. Let's see. I will recopy all of that. This poem seems to indicate how to enter the mausoleum. This poem seems to indicate how to enter the mausoleum. This finely worked plate has the appearance of a mechanism. This finely worked A hydraulic mechanism, I suppose. There. Perfect. This finely worked plate has the appearance of a mechanism. There. Perfect. A hydraulic mechanism, I suppose. There. Perfect. Now the mausoleum of the former watchman must be open. Oh, it is very cold. There, a book. I am in need of something. The pillar, it is moving. I believe I have found it is the secret passage which Long told me about. Now, let us throw ourselves into the mouth of the beast. This door is extremely solid. No chance of forcing it. This pot is empty. A vice. Some old nails. These tools will not be of any use. These are enormous and extremely solid cages. They are meant for large animals or other prey. This axe was used recently. I cannot begin to imagine what kind of animals one could hope to capture with such traps, especially in London. These are enormous and extremely solid cages. They are meant for large animals or other prey. This axe was used recently. This saw is in good condition. This might be useful. I am taking it. Given the state of these tools, I'd rather not see the garden. But it is the butler. He eats insects. It would be best not to be seen and find a way to keep away from this madman. A large wooden spoon, quite solid. Best to avoid making noise. Best to avoid making noise. Best to avoid. This could come in handy. Given the state of these tools, I'd rather not see the garden. This secret passage. A black veil. Someone must have left it here during a ceremony, perhaps. I shall bring it to the watchman, if I see him. Ugh, what's... A few trapped flies. This might be useful. I am taking it. Bon appetit. Best to avoid making noise. Best to avoid making noise. Locked. The lock is extremely solid. Impossible to open it. However, I feel that the secret of this house can be found behind this door. A woman's room. Lady Godalming's bedchamber, I imagine. A spool of thread. This could come in handy. Makeup. Old and out of use. This could come in handy. This was written with a trembling hand. The person was either sick or deathly afraid. Curious. There is something here. I am in need of something. All of these bumps are curious, like a sort of code. I am in need of something. Blood. What an incongruous assortment of odds and ends. Watches, monocles, china saucers. This escritoire was recently used. I am in need of something. I am in need of something. Curious. This candlestick seems loose. The servant is no longer there. I hope I don't meet that brute again. A safe. It seems quite sturdy. This chest must have been attacked with a sledge, but it is tightly locked. This panel is the same style as that of the library. I am in need of something. I am in need of something. The reflection of this mirror should be intolerable. Someone cut some wood recently. Curious. That one seems solid. The bolt on this door is solid. Given the state of the house, it is not going to interest thieves. There seems to be a lock. It is quite unique. I must make some kind of key specifically for it. This could come in handy. There. Perfect. There seems to be a lock. It is quite unique. I must measure the depth of these holes. I must measure the depth of these holes. There, I have the holes measurement. Holes measurement. There, I have the holes measurement. There. Now that I know the correct measurement of each hole, I will have a better idea of the key that I must make. The servant is no longer there. I hope I don't... I am in... I will recopy all of that. I am in need of something. I am in need. There. Perfect. I will recopy all of that. There. Perfect. Locked. The lock is extremely solid. Impossible to open it. However, I feel that the secret of this house can be found behind this door. Locked. The lock is extremely solid. Impossible to open it. However, I feel that the I am in need of something. No, 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 no. It is not that. No. Now, will this work? It took a long time to open this passage, and it is late. It must be night outside. We must be very, very careful. Oh, an abyss. Beware, there are some stakes at the bottom. This door is extremely solid. No chance of forcing it. I am in need of something. Careful. I feel a presence. This book. It is as if it is protected by a demonic aura. I must unravel its secret. Finally, I can access the pages of this damned book. But, hell's bells! It seems that the same man wrote the whole book over the course of many centuries. Damnation, Mina! He must be with her at this moment. I was not able to save Harker, but I cannot lose her. I must get to her as soon as possible. I hear someone coming this way. It must be the butler. Quick, run! Back, demon, in the name of the Holy Cross. Leave this child and depart from this house. In any case, I did not count on lingering. We have already consumed our union. And I did not come for a discussion. It will give me great pleasure to see you again soon, my dear. Your body calls to be covered in roses and love. As for yours, sir, it will soon be a putrid, gory mass where worms will feast.
She is stable, but extremely weak. As for her teeth, they haven't started.
Yes, I know. But it is only a question of days. She is contaminated, and despite all of the transfusions that we may do, she will sooner or later become one of them.
Look there. You'd think she was an angel. What do you suggest doing? Will you wait until she mutates completely?
There exists perhaps a glimmer of hope, Seward. I have to pursue the demon and try to counter his plans.
Mad idea! Do you at least know where he could be?
Not so mad, after all. Find me a map of Europe, Seward. Harker must have had one here. And then let's decide where to start my journey.
Yes, Professor?
There. Perfect. No, it is not that. Try again. Useless. There. Perfect.
Are you certain?
In his lair in London, I discovered a journal that Count Dracula had composed in his own hand. The demon has departed for Cairo. It seems that there are some ancient texts there that talk of rituals and maledictions. Perhaps there is one that explains vampirism. I know it is highly unlikely. Even if that weren't the case, Dracula seems to want to find this work at any cost. If I make my way there and find it before him, I could exchange it for Mina's salvation. And if none of that comes to fruition, I finally have, after so many years, fresh tracks leading to the Count. I will be able to find him and destroy him. I will contact the director of the Egyptian Museum in Cairo by courier today. I believe he is the only person who can help me and guide my research. If you wish to contact me, write to me care of the museum. Keep me informed as to the progress of Mina's illness, and keep a better eye on her than I was able to, Seward. There are few people about, and many shutters are closed. This must be siesta.
هل تحب الموسيقى العربية هذه الكلمات؟
Useless. I do not understand their language.
هل تحب الموسيقى العربية هذه؟
Useless. Ah, this sign must indicate the direction to the museum. Let us go. No, I must first find a place to stay. I may be in Cairo for a few days. I have no interest in going that way. These great creatures are quite congenial. This could come in handy. These great creatures are...
And a very good day, Effendi. Whatever you search, you have knocked on the right door with the Mustafa. That is me, Mustafa. What do you desire? A guide, a camel, a certified dentist, or perhaps the most fabulous hookah that also works as bagpipes?
I am only in need of a discreet room and a bit of information.
No problem, not at all. I will bring your bags up and give you my most inconspicuous room, which just happens to be the nicest, as well as the most expensive. Is served just after the 10 o'clock prayers. As for the camels, you have but to ask.
I will remember. Thank you, my friend. Tell me, how do I get to the Egyptian Museum?
It's all very complicated, but you are very lucky, Effendi. Mustafa, that is me, of course, knows Cairo like no other. So, you take the road to the left of the park where my camels are, and straight ahead, go directly...
Thank you. I will find it. Tell me, how do I get to the Thank you. Well, I must...
Farewell, Effendi.
Closed.
Yes, Effendi? You would like to buy something from me?
Tell me, how do I get to the Egyptian Museum?
It's all very complicated, but you are very lucky, Effendi. Mustafa, that is me, of course, knows Cairo like no other. So, you take the road to the left of the park where my camels are, and straight ahead, go directly...
Thank you. I will find it. Well, I must go, Mustafa. Until later.
Farewell, Effendi. Farewell.
Mustafa's guide, camels to hire or buy, quaint hotel, financial advisor, taxidermist, and provisions of all kinds. Inquire within. Cairo's famous Egyptian Museum. What riches must be stored within its walls? A hookah, museum piece, or intended for the director's use? What disarray! Incredible how one can find anything inside. Good day, sir. I am Professor Van Helsing. You should have received a courier announcing that I would be coming.
Ah, yes. Hello. Indeed, my superior, Lord Grosvenor, informed me of your arrival. I am the assistant director. Lord Grosvenor is absent. He is on an archaeological dig in Sudan. He won't be back for another 3 weeks.
To be honest, I have need of nothing but a bit of information. Perhaps you could clarify something for me.
I would gladly put myself at your disposition if I wasn't overburdened with work already. You see, Lord Grosvenor amasses such a quantity of objects from various excavations that he supervises, but he doesn't have the time to do the classification, which is a necessary consequence. This work was assigned to me but would represent a challenge to 10 of the best scribes. I must apologize, but I cannot be of assistance at the moment.
Listen, I am more of a practical man, but I can certainly help you. Entrust one of your tasks to me. You will gain time, and hopefully I will gain some information in exchange.
It is with great pleasure that I accept your assistance. You can, for example... Wait, do you see this list? All of these objects were distributed throughout the museum, but they should be together. Can you find them?
What is a deben?
It was a unit of measurement in ancient Egypt. It was mostly used for precious metals like copper or gold, giving the weight of the metal corresponding to its value. For example, 1 deben of copper corresponded to 27.3 grams of that metal. For gold, 13.6 grams was enough to reach this value. The scribes possessed benchmark weights to perform their measurements, in the form of a wire of the metal in question, folded over itself. I can give you a copper deben. You can keep it as a souvenir, as with the stylus that I see there. I must rid myself of them.
Excuse me, I am going to look in the museum.
That won't be a problem.
Papyrus from excavations in 1852. Not of interest. A flail or neck-and-neck, insignia of royalty during the time of the pharaohs. This artifact is nothing but a poor reproduction. Bizarre. I'll take it. A miniature pyramid. Curious. A key. What can it open? Granite scarab of little value. A superb piece, certainly very old. One of Osiris's symbols, an insignia of the pharaohs. This artifact is nothing but a poor reproduction. Bizarre. I'll take it. Head with a solar disk, the sign of loyalty to the pharaohs. This chest from the Saracen era is ancient, but its keyhole has been recently repaired. This chest from the Saracen era is ancient, but its keyhole has been recently repaired. There is something inside. Someone wanted to hide this pyramid, unbeknownst to the director. Ammon's ram, most likely.
Have you found all of the objects, sir? Have you found all of the... Have you found all of the objects, sir?
Tell me, can I borrow this?
Certainly.
It is a sketch of the Giza site, showing the actual heights of the pyramids. Impressive.
Have you found all of the objects, sir?
A hookah, museum piece, or intended for the director's use. Another pyramid. Lovely Egyptian chest.
Have you found all of the objects, sir?
This sarcophagus is that of an unknown pharaoh, but it is missing something. There, perfect. Open. Someone wanted to hide this pyramid, unbeknownst to the director.
Have you found all of the objects, sir?
Someone must collect pyramids. What disarray! Incredible how one can find anything inside.
Have you found all of the objects, sir?
A helmet. The tag says, helmet of a Spanish soldier, found in the wreck of a galleon offshore from Alexandria. Lovely Egyptian chest.
Have you found all of the objects, sir?
Another pyramid. This knife with a mother-of-pearl handle is magnificent. There is a little of everything in this museum, even things having but a tenuous connection to Egypt. Another pyramid.
Excuse me, sir, but I have much work to do.
There, I have finished collecting all of the objects on the list. Now, would you do me the kindness of answering my questions?
If I can. What are you looking for?
The tomb of a priest venerating ancient accursed gods. In this spot, a tome called the Demonomicon of Ouija was found. Have you heard of it?
Great gods above! How do you know of the existence of this damn book? It's one of the best-kept secrets of ancient Egypt. No learned Muslim has dared to make reference in any writing. And I believe the Christian church long ago burnt any text which contained this name. I know but little regarding the Demonomicon. Only that it is supposed to contain all of the teachings of an abject cult that worshipped the outer gods. Notably, that of the Black Sphinx during the reign of I don't know which pharaoh. Anything that touches this cult, directly or indirectly, is damned. And even speaking of it brings unhappiness. Do you really want to find this tomb?
I am afraid so. Do you have any idea where I can find it?
Frankly, no. However, it seems to me that there's an isolated spot. The Blood Rocks. That has an awful reputation. Some of the men who work on our digs say that no one has ever returned from this damned spot. Except for one Bedouin looter, raving mad, crying out that all of his companions had been eaten by a black demon. Apparently he died a few days later, and we found in the folds of his robe a sort of solar disk made out of gold. This piece was unfortunately stolen before arriving at the museum, and must have been smuggled out of the country. I can show you the placement of these rocks on a map, but no one will accompany you there.
Well, I shall depart, and thank you for all of your help.
Goodbye, sir, and good luck.